Well, hello, members of the Ultimate Black Belt Test 2018. There's about 7 to 10 people now who are committed or semi-committed. Official start date is January 1, 2018. The reasons you do the Ultimate Black Belt Test are, one is you feel like it would boost your ability to get things done, like putting yourself in a program that has a goal. It's kind of like when I went to the fight in the World Championships, it was last year. Had it not been for that event looming over me, I wouldn't have paid attention to my training in the same way. And likewise with the Ultimate Black Belt Test, with the scope of that program weighing heavy, you may not do the things otherwise that you would do because of that. And if that's a catalyst for your personal change and transformation, and of course these are things that you want to change in your life, about your life, ways you want to, expand yourself, ways that you want to simplify, things you want to change about yourself. If the UBBT serves you like that, it's a pretty good thing. I mean, considering it's a program where I talk to you on a camera from hundreds and maybe thousands of miles away, if I can be a catalyst in your change and a part of it, well, I feel really good about that. And of course, if you really do what you say you're going to do, you're going to feel good about it too. It's going to be very good for you. The Ultimate Black Belt Test is good for your students, and this is primarily a program for school owners, because instead of telling your students, instead of standing at the front of class and giving your lectures and getting everybody to take action, you get to show them. You get to show them the ingredients that goes in the cake of being a true master teacher. Like, what do you have to do? What do you read? What action do you take? What are your peers requiring of you? What is it? Well, guess what? It's like one of those cooking shows. You've got all the ingredients, timer set, go. What can you make with what you've been given? And that's really important to your students, because you get to show them an example that they may end up following or being inspired by for years to come. And who benefits the most? You. You benefit from expanding your horizons. But understanding that I'm undergoing this process, I'm in this project, not only for myself, but because I know that everything that I do, everything that I embrace, everything that I disconnect from, everything I do could have a purpose, and that purpose could be to inspire better action, better behavior, better thinking, better living in those in my sphere of influence. So good for you, good for your students. It's really good for your school, because suddenly you get to take all sorts of things that nobody else is talking about, nobody else is dealing with, things that you are important to you and you're passionate about, and you get to talk about them and connect them to your school. Food, training, attitude, meditation, healing wrongs, fixing community issues, engaging in project coordination, being an inspiration, walking the talk, and all those things. When you test transparently, when you journal, when you put those things online, and each thing you put online directs people back to your school, of course, it shows and tells people what you are about. So when you're writing about the people that you're profiling as living heroes, you're not only talking about them, but you're talking about the things that are important to you. It's good for you. It's very good for your students. And it's very good for your school. And you know what? Nobody's going to force you to take this test. Nobody's doing this. This is a journey you set out on. Why is that guy climbing Everest? Why sail across the ocean? Why do any of these grand adventures? It's a journey of self-discovery. You're setting it upon yourself. And the best thing about the UBBT is that you get to fit that shoe to your foot. It's not one size fits all, and this is the only size shoe, so cut off your toes so you can fit. You get to decide what it is you're going to do. And in this process, of course, you're somewhat revealed. What do you care about? How smart are you? How creative are you? What can you put together? And if you aren't creative and you aren't smart and you aren't organized and you're not a good manager and you're unwilling to really invest time and energy in transformation, you probably shouldn't do the UBBT because it's going to make you look bad. I mean, you're putting it out there. It's best to put out your, best side. When the camera's on, you're not picking your nose. You're not showing the things you really don't want people to see. You're trying to show your best self. And you've got a year to show your community and your students your best self. Even your best self when you crash. Now, the UBBT is good for the martial arts community because you know what we need to see in general, from the United States to China to Thailand to Europe? We need to see more black belts stepping up and not being satisfied with this little tournament scene or chasing medals or chasing the buck. You're a citizen like anybody else, and you don't have to be a martial arts master to step up for social justice, to step up for things that matter, to live in a life by example. There are lots of examples of people who've never thrown a kick or punch, whose style of living, whose intentions, whose actions inspire us to be clearer and stronger and better and more compassionate. I want this to be ranking master teachers, just to break the mold of how commercialized the martial arts become. And let's see hundreds of great examples of tests designed by sincere martial arts teachers that encompass issues of reading and literature, of creativity, of community engagement, of food and its connection to health and well-being, of attitude, of teamwork, and all these things that are right there in the periphery of what we do, but we sometimes aim so low. The Ultimate Black Belt Test is about expanding that. And you could do the Ultimate Black Belt Test every year for the next 10 years, and I think you could continue to evolve if you take a true journey. It's good for you. It's good for your students. It's good for your school. It's good for the martial arts community. And it's good for your community. Because everything you say and do and everything you inspire should have some form of betterment for your community. Be a more genuine person. Be engaged in what's going on. Stand up for the downtrodden. Clean up things that need to be cleaned up. Don't look for somebody else to fix the problems. Go out and contribute. Participate. Be engaged. Spread kindness. Spread honesty. Spread integrity. Spread effort. And be a troubadour. Be an ambassador for the health-oriented lifestyle. What you do every day in your practice, what you consume, what you use, who you help, how you go about the work, all of these things, if they're done well, are good for your community. Ultimate Black Belt Test 2018, it's a lot of this, and then it's a lot of this, and it should be a lot of this. If you need help with your test of designing it, and I expect you to make a lot of mistakes, you've got to try new things. But you're going to succeed a lot if you apply yourself a little bit to it every day over an extended period of time. That's the brilliance of the Ultimate Black Belt Test. If you need help, reach out to me. I'm Tom Callos at 530-903-0286.